Chipmunk pops up.
The chipmunk. Cute, cheeky, vicious predator?
Chipmunk eating a snake.
From adorable nut hoarder to tireless tunnel builder to ferocious snake killer. This neurotic, multitasking rodent has many jobs, and it excels at all of them. This is the cheekiest cutie in the world, the chipmunk.
Chipmunk shoves the seed in its mouth and then runs away. Lines appear on a blank canvas, revealing an illustrated sketch of a chipmunk with its cheeks filled with nuts. More lines appear, revealing a collage of illustrated animals. Bold lines appear in the center, revealing the text, Animalogic.
Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault, and you're watching Animalogic. Today, we're on the lookout for one of the most adorable and low-key deadliest animals, the chipmunk.
These cute little rodents look like tiny squirrels, but they have carved themselves a separate niche.
Chipmunk runs away.
Most squirrels are amazing climbers who spend the majority of their time in the trees.
Chipmunk runs.
In some areas in North America, you can hardly look around without seeing a squirrel staring back at you with those cold, cold squirrel eyes. See?
Black squirrel stares from around a tree.
Chipmunks are a little harder to see because they live in burrows in the ground, and they're really good at hiding them. It's super hard to find a chipmunk burrow entrance.
But luckily, today I'm on a trail that's known to be prime chipmunk territory.
Danielle feeds a chipmunk.
In my neck of the woods, there's only one species, the eastern chipmunk, which lives from southern Canada to southeastern United States. But there are over 20 other species found in North America, many of which are found in the diverse ecosystems in the West. There's also one species of chipmunk in Siberia, which has been introduced to Japan.
Chipmunks on map.
They all basically look the same. They're all brown with black and white stripes down their back. And they're all crazy cute.
Chipmunk in grass.
This coloration helps them camouflage from predators by breaking the outline of their body. It's a necessary adaptation as they have a huge roster of potential predators.
Chipmunk on rock.
Owls, hawks, snakes, weasels, raccoons, even domestic cats and dogs are more than happy to have a chipmunk amuse-bouche.
Owl has a chipmunk.
And it's really no wonder they're so skittish. Their only real defense mechanism is hiding in their burrows.
Diagram of chipmunk burrow.
They are fantastic engineers and can make burrows with separate chambers for debris, food storage, and sleeping quarters.
They even have separate chambers to store their feces. You know, gotta keep clean.
The burrows aren't usually very deep, but they extend parallel to the surface for up to 3 meters.
Measurements of burrow.
All of this was dug by a small animal who's only about as big as a little banana.
An animated banana appears in Danielle's hand with the chipmunk on top of it.
Whenever they're inside, they plug the entrance so well that they're nearly invisible. When they're digging a new burrow or chamber, they use work tunnels, which are separate from the main entrance. This helps them take out soil without creating conspicuous dirt mounds near their burrow entrance. To take dirt out, they put it in their mouth, which can expand greatly due to their elastic cheeks. These huge cheeks are also used to transport food into their burrow.
Chipmunk runs away.
Just to give you an idea, the current chipmunk record holders have been recorded holding 70 sunflower seeds, 31 corn kernels, and 12 acorns. That's basically the equivalent of you holding an entire puma in your mouth.
Danielle points to her mouth.
But they can't get every little seed or spore. In fact, in North America, they're one of the most important means of dispersion of every fancy chef's favorite subterranean ingredient, truffle mushrooms.
2 mushrooms.
Without chipmunks, truffles might not exist.
Chipmunk digs.
Of course, hours of digging and running around in the mud makes them very dirty, which is why they spend about half of their day cleaning themselves.
Chipmunk grooming.
They can reach almost every part of their body with their teeth and tongue. Lucky!
And they also use the cat method of moistening their hands with saliva to clean the inaccessible parts like the back of their head.
Chipmunk rubs the back of its head.
Contrary to the lies that Disney told you about Chip and Dale, chipmunks never really live in trees, and they certainly don't live with their brothers. These rodents are fiercely territorial loners.
Chipmunk's burrow.
Every morning, chipmunks come out of the burrow, climb onto a branch about 2 meters off the ground, and chirp as loud as they can for about 10 minutes. This is a territorial call that can be heard for up to 200 meters away.
And it sounds like this.
Close-up of chipmunk.
Which is chipmunk for, "This land is my land. Kindly f*** off."
Danielle furrows her brow.
Their burrows have a max occupancy of 1, except for when mama has babies, or when females let males enter their domain to mate. Males, who are famously silly billies, often fight each other for access to the females for so long that they end up completely missing their chance to mate.
Chipmunk chases rival.
This is a stressful time for the females. Not only because of the guys knocking at their door, but also because they need to get ready for pregnancy.
Chipmunk shoves seeds in mouth.
Normally, their diet is what you'd expect for a rodent. Seeds, nuts, some mushrooms, and whatever bug or worm that comes their way.
Chipmunk eats worm.
But during the mating season, something changes. They become miniature killing machines and start going after lizards, birds, and other rodents, all in search for a little extra animal fats and proteins.
But when they're really feeling confident, they'll go after something far more dangerous: snakes. Here in Ontario, eastern chipmunks are known to hunt northern water snakes. These snakes can grow to over 1 meter in length, over 5 times the length of a chipmunk. While not venomous, the water snake's pure bulk alone is a threat to the chipmunk.
Snake lays on rocks.
But this chippy is feelin' bold.
Chipmunk scales down rock, heading toward the snakes.
She's searching the rocks for dinner.
Chipmunk is sniffing while moving slowly along the rocks.
Avoiding the larger snakes, she gets lucky and finds a juvenile.
Chipmunk eats snake.
Caught by surprise, the snake didn't stand a chance. And before it could react, the chippy was eating it from the middle out.
Chipmunk with snake in mouth.
Which I think we can all agree is the weirdest possible way to eat a snake. Come on.
Close-up of chipmunk.
One of the adaptations they have that allows them to take on such dangerous prey are their highly advanced visual systems, which allows them to essentially see in slow motion. Chipmunks and other small mammals and birds have a higher critical flicker fusion frequency than we do. This basically means that their eyes refresh much faster than ours do, allowing them to process light much quicker and see it in a form of slow motion. This allows them to dodge the insanely fast strike of a highly venomous Japanese pit viper and retaliate before the viper can recover. And then eat the snake in the second weirdest way possible. Face first. Ugh.
Chipmunk eats snake's head.
Do they not know that the proper way to eat a snake is tail first? Or on a bun with spicy mayo? After their thirst for blood has been quenched, they go to their burrows to give birth.
Baby chipmunk on branch.
Babies emerge about 6 weeks later, and a couple of weeks after that, they'll get officially kicked out of their burrow.
Baby scurries away.
Then they'll have to travel out on their own until they find an empty plot. But they'll have to be quick, as they'll need to find one before winter.
Chipmunk in snow.
Then eastern chipmunks will go into hibernation, and the western species will stay awake, but will have to rely on their food reserves. Going into winter unprepared is a death sentence. Only about 60% of eastern chipmunks will make it to spring.
But those who do make it will awaken to an abundance of food. And the entire process of eating seeds, digging burrows, killing snakes, and joining Alvin's cover band will start all over again.
Here we go! We are the chipmunks, chipmunks are we. We live in the woods, a happy family. We sing and we dance and we play. So come along and join the fun every single day.
Chipmunk has a mouth filled with leaves. Lines appear on a blank canvas, revealing an illustrated sketch of a chipmunk with its cheeks filled with nuts. Signed on the bottom right, Danielle Dufault.
So what should we talk about next? Please let me know in the comments and be sure to subscribe for new episodes every week. Thanks for watching and see ya!
Blue logo appears. Bell Fund.
I grew up in northern Quebec, where these guys were just running rampant in all directions at all times. And of course, you would try and make friends with the woodland creatures, doing my best to become a tiny druid in training. My brother and I called every single chipmunk that we ever met Chipper. Very original, I know.
you know, that's what they are. They're little chippers.
A sequence showing a series of animated chipmunks dancing to the music.